All right, so let's talk about updating documents. All right, so let's see. Let's find a particular document for section 2, and we'll notice that has 23 seats. As folks enroll in this section, we're going to have to update the number of seats here, right? Lower it or increment it based on folks joining the course. So, for instance, what we might want to do if somebody joins the course, we might want to decrement the seats to be 22. So to do that, we can use the update operator. The update operator, the way it works is that we use the keyword update, right? And then it takes two arguments. The first argument behaves just like the find operator, right, to identify which records do you want to update. So this says, okay, well, I'm only going to update those records that match this criteria. In this case, name 02 on the section. So sections whose name is 02. There might be multiple sections that meet that criteria. Right? And the actual transformation is that we're going to use the set operator. I'm going to modify the following field. I want a new value, 22. Right? If there were more than more than just one document that met the criteria, they would all have been updated. Right? So you have to make sure that you are updating the ones that you cared about. So one matched, right, and one of them was modified. Let's see. Find section. Right. So if we retrieve the original document, we'll see that indeed it worked. Right. It went down from 23, went down to 22. And deleting documents. So let's see. We can delete a couple things from here. I'm not going to delete sections. I'm actually going to delete something from my user. I'm going to remove Bob, since it was a bogus record, right, that we created just for example. So we're going to say db.user.remove. And the criteria would be that I want to remove the one whose username is equal to Bob. And this is one removed, and we see that that Bob is no longer there. So the basic syntax is that it takes as argument. The first argument is basically the record that we want to remove. It will be pattern matched, and it'll remove it. Thankfully, remove with no argument doesn't actually remove all the documents, like as in you would in SQL if you say delete star from a table. You might with no where clause, and you're risking removing all the records. Although most databases will stop you and say, do you really want to do this? Maybe that's not what you meant. Here, the equivalent would be to provide a empty criteria, right, that says matches everything, meaning I'm going to remove all of them. So yeah, you might not want to do that. You could do the equivalent thing is to truncate. Truncate just drops all the records, right? They're all gone, but it leaves the collection alive. So you can still insert into the collection, but there are no more documents in there. If you just want to drop it altogether, you can just say .drop, and it'll just remove the entire collection. Right. There's quite there's a whole bunch of types of inserts and updates and deletes. There's a couple of here that you can insert just one of them. You can insert multiple if you have a large set of a piece of data that you want to insert all at once in a batch. You can do an insert many. There's also multiple updates. You can update many. There's delete. So again, I welcome you to take a look at those. All right, so let's talk about inheritance and relationships.